Thank you very much, Wiper. Round 16 of Wheel to Wheels season here at Lake Maggiore, here in wonderful Italy. Starting off lap. Your first braking marker sort of in between that second signage board up at the top of the car and at the end of the catch fence to the right. You want to get your braking done in a straight line. Fast shift down the gearbox. First or second gear turn, probably a first gear turn, getting your turning done as that marshal's post on the right there disappears from your view. Jumping the left hand wheels over the curbing on the left hand side, getting your turning done nice and early for this right hander into turn 2. Your turning point starts at the end of the grid slots on the road. As we pass those, the aim here for me is to get those the right hand side wheels on the yellow concrete. I missed that around this corner, and this corner is fairly long, 180 degrees, flat surface as well, so you do have to hold the throttle and hold the exit of the corner, running it out nice and wide. Turn 3 is a fairly long turn again as well, a fairly late apex. Using the intersection of the white lines here just in front of us as the turn-in marker for this corner. Again, just feathering the throttle, not applying too much brake pressure into the corner. Aiming to get the left-hand side tyres just to straddle the curbing on the left-hand side. Again, maybe touching a bit of grass and then just climbing over the edge of the curbstone. The aim here is to keep the car nice and straight and as close as I can to the white line just over the middle of the car in front of us, just to set ourselves up for the next turn, going over into a fairly long straight. Using the end of the orange barriers on the right hand side of the screen as my braking marker. As soon as they disappear from view, I am braking whilst trying to keep the car as close as I can to the white here. Again, second gear throughout this sector, aiming to get the wheels again as close as I can to the orange curbstone on the right hand side. I do miss it here again, but the next best bet is to go and get the right hand side wheels on the curbstone, helping rotate the car. Now the exit of this corner is fairly tricky. Just ahead of us there is a bit of a camber or a bit of a rise on the exit of the turn. It does slow down your ability to apply early throttle on the exit of the corner, causing the rear wheels to spin and on throttle oversteer on the exit of the corner. So just bear in mind for that as you go over the curb there. Can run the car out fairly wide on the left hand side, not to run it too wide to affect your run down the straight here. Now there's two ways that you can take this turn, turn number 5. You can run the car quite close to the white lines on the left hand side. However, if you don't leave yourself enough room, you will end up braking on the grass, locking the rear tyres out and over rotating the car into the corner. The preferred line that I've managed to take is I get my turning done nice and early, turning where the yellow concrete is on the road, aiming towards the orange end of the barrier just in the foreground where the intersection is the Mobile 1 sign, and again driving nice and straight in towards that barrier and signage, again with a fairly late turn in to the corner. So again, the turning marker here is quite vague. You sort of feel the right point to turn in, just as you sort of feel you're getting too close to the left hand side. That'll be your turning marker. The aim here again is to get your right hand side wheels over that curbstone, just to try and help rotate the car around the corner. On the exit here, a couple of lines depending on your mid-corner speed. You can run the car nice and wide onto the left hand side there to help rotate the car back in or to straighten the exit. You can also run the car as well down the middle of the road as well to hold a tighter and narrower line for the next corner over the hill. Now, middle of sector 2, we are probably in one of the more important complexes of the track, about 3 or 4 S-bends. Again, I start my braking a bit earlier, probably here at the start of the curbing for the left-hand turn, getting my braking done nice and early. And trying to get my turning done nice and early as well, dropping down to 3rd gear in the Porsche. Now you can run the wheels over the grey meshing just on the left hand side to help straighten up the run through this S section and to get your turning done nice and early. The right hand side here again, you want to run your right hand side wheels as close as you can to the curbing. You can also run your wheels over the curbing onto the tarmac, but just be careful of joining the racing surface after a few surface changes from curbing to grass to tarmac and so forth. It does unsettle the car quite a lot going through this sector, but does also help set you up for the next left-hand turn, which is you want to get your turning done nice and early, running over the white concrete with the car, just to straighten the corner up as much as you can. A bit too much turn in here can also lead to the car running on the grass with a bit of over rotation, which does affect your run up this incredibly long straight, leading into the best overtaking sector. Watch out running over the curbing as well, as that can trip up the car, and the car is naturally just going to slide out as you're running through here to the right hand side, which you can run over, take advantage of the extra tarmac. And running the line of least resistance through this final part of the section. Coming over the hill, strong overtaking point coming into the race. You'll probably end up noticing quite a lot of people running the middle of the line. Defending your position here, you do want your opponent to take 2 ways. You can have your opponent run narrow at the apex of this next corner, or have them run high, or run the middle line, have them run the high and wide line on your left hand side. Now braking here is done fairly late and fairly quickly, in anywhere in between the electronic flag post and the 50-meter board just up ahead of us. You want to run your braking nice and straight. You could even probably run it just a tad bit later at the edge of the wall. Again, getting your braking done nice and quickly, nice and straight, down the gearbox fairly quickly as well. Any form of engine braking as well to help slow the car down. A fairly late turn, a fairly early turn in for this corner. For me, I try and get all my turning done nice and early to straighten out the exit of the corner. So for me, that's running the left-hand wheels over the white curbing and over the ripple strips. Again, can unsettle the car quite a bit, causing some on-throttle oversteer for the corner exit. In this instance, I do miss that. However, this is probably the second best line, running just a little bit away from the curbing or from the concrete, and then just having the right hand side wheels running over the curb. Coming out over this next turn, again running the line of grease resistance up the hill, catch a little bit of grass on the left and the right, does help with the turning a little bit. The next turn here, again, a braking marker can be, there's a variable braking markers running the left-hand side wheels over the curbing to open up the corner as much as you can. You do have the marshal's post on the left-hand side. There is also a bare post as well, which hosts the electronic flag display on the left hand side. On the right hand side there is scaffolding where camera crews are located. They're going to be your main markers coming into this corner. Again, want to get your turning done probably on a mid to late level, aiming for the grey mesh on the right hand side. Again, can run that with your right hand wheels. I end up here in second gear just to help with getting the rear of the car rotated around the corner, and then dragging the car nice and wide, early shift up into third gear, and then a shift back down into second gear, clearing the curbing on the left hand side as my turning marker, with an immediate shift down to second gear. Again, trying to getting my turning done here nice and early for the switchback on the left hand side, aiming for the grey concrete meshing on the right there, and just hooking the car over the curbing, run the curb on the left hand side, got the corner. The final corner, fairly fast, again fairly late braking into this corner. Your turning markers sort of just as the curbing ends just a bit further up. Your braking marker on the right, on the left hand side there, just as the signage disappears, the blue bullet signboard, and probably your turning marker again where the curbing ends and where the signage also disappears as well. You want to get your turning done nice and quickly, nice aggressively here to get the car right into the inside, as the car will naturally flow out on the exit of the corner. Running over the second curbing here with the left hand side tyres is my aim, just to help straighten out the exit as well, and to cover off the natural sliding off to the right hand side for the car. So the pop over the curb and the sliding of the tyres, running it out to the white line. You can run it a little bit over into the curbing, over the start finish line, and that is a lap of Locomotive Rory. Back to you, Viper.